last week's episode of Monday Night Raw was alright, wasn't it? What about this week? Will this one be alright? Gentlemen, and welcome to these are going to be some more Raw thoughts. Still going strong. What, 4 months into the year, we're still doing alright. Now, I will talk about Raw shortly. There's 2 things I just want to talk about first. The first one is that this month, so far, I have had 11,000 views, which is just fucking remarkable, to be honest, really, isn't it? In fact, let's just hold on a second, since I've got my computer here, might as well be able, I can tell you exactly to the minute how many we've had. At this moment in time, as I'm recording this video, wow, folks, you guys are awesome, aren't you? 11,332 views. That is absolutely stunning. Thank you so very much. Now, second thing I want to talk about before we get on to Raw is I've got a new project coming up. Basically, next Tuesday, my good friend and Bobby and broadcast partner and Bobby, what am I an idiot? Spoils it a little bit, doesn't it? My good friend and broadcast partner Bobby Cash is coming over, and we want you to choose something for us to watch. Now, what I mean by that is that basically we had a request last week, basically in the Q&A. Would you and Bobby Cash ever do a review? I can't remember who put it. I'm very sorry, whoever it was. Basically, it's one of those things that we started talking about. Yeah, we've done a review in the past, me and Bobby, a Fight Club Pro review, which very, very few of you watched because it was a Brit Rest one. But basically, the idea is, what I want you to do right now in the comments is tell me one of your favourite moments in wrestling history. Not a favourite show, a favourite moment. And the idea behind this new project between me and Bobby is this, right? The example that he used is wonderful, right? Everyone remembers the beer bath episode of Raw, don't they? The one where Stone Cold Steve Austin came out in a beer truck and sprayed Vince McMahon and Shane and The Rock with beer. Everyone remembers that, don't they? But very few people, we find, remember the episode that it's from. What else happened on that episode of Monday Night Raw? And you're like, don't know. So what we want you to do is we want you guys to tell us what one of your favourite moments, just one of your absolute favourite moments in wrestling history. It happened on Raw, could have happened on Nitro, hell, it could have been an ECW, an NWA, anything, right? Let us know. And the one that gets the most in the comments, we'll find the episode, and next week we will watch it and review it together. Now, this is going to be an interesting dynamic because, as everyone knows, I'm pretty negative when it comes to wrestling, aren't I? Whereas Bobby is ridiculously positive. He can see he can see the good in any scenario when it comes to wrestling. And that's our new project. The other thing is, we need a name for this. We cannot think, between us, we can't think of anything. We need a catchy name. We'll have a graphic made. We'll have, probably put the same music on because I'm allowed, I own that music, so I'm allowed to use it. Yeah, that's our new project. We are really excited about this. It's a good idea, but the thing is, it all depends on you guys. We need you guys to come up with something kick-ass. So let's have a think. The aforementioned beer bath, Mick Foley winning the title for the first time, for example, the night D-Generation X formed, things like that could be really, really good, but how was the rest of Raw? How was the rest of Nitro? I mean, the example that we could use is, the finger poke of doom. Now, of course, I've reviewed that in the past, so that's probably not the best one to use, but something like that. Let us know in the comments right now. In fact, what I would do, if I were you, right, just between you and me, I know there's no one, just keep it quiet, right? Put your comment and then click refresh. Because if you're using Google Chrome, it'll bring you back to exactly the point where you click refresh, and then you can comment again, tell me what you thought of Raw. That's not bad idea, is it? So, Raw this week. Raw. Ricardo Rodriguez starts off by winning a 3-way match featuring Zeb Coulter and Big E Langston. The winner of the match gets to choose the stipulation at Extreme Rules, which I thought that was this coming Sunday, but isn't for another 3 weeks. Isn't that interesting? The gap between WrestleMania and Extreme Rules is 6 weeks, believe it or not. They're going to I reckon they'll probably get a decent buy rate for this, because everyone's going to be like, so, God, we haven't seen a pay-per-view in months, sort of thing, I mean, you wouldn't have called this one, would you? You'd call, well, you wouldn't. This is one of those times where you'd call, if you were going to do a prediction, your prediction would be the wrestler winning the match, wouldn't it? Not the other guy, but of course, obviously, when you think about it, like, Ricardo's always going to win this one. Big E's kicking the shit out of everyone, basically, until Ziggler and Swagger and Del Rio come out, and it looks like Zeb Coulter's going to get the win. AJ stops him. Ricardo rolls him up for the 1, 2, 3. That means that Alberto Del Rio, I was going to call him AJR then, Alberto Del Rio gets to choose the stipulation in the 3-way at Extreme Rules. And that, it was one of those, at least we got a match on at the start. Next up, John Cena goes to meet some children, or a child, sorry, with a Make-A-Wish. It's Make-A-Wish Day, and he goes to meet this thing. And I've said a million times, I'm not a John Cena fan. I've got all the respect in the world for what he does with charities like Make-A-Wish. The look on that kid's face when he's on a talk show or whatever, and they say to him, "What's your wish?" And he's like, "I want to meet John Cena." And one of the woman just says, "I reckon we can arrange that." And John Cena walks in. The look on that little kid's face was incredible. Can you hear that? Wouldn't be one of my vids if it wasn't, was it? Come on. Anyway, John Cena brings 3 kids out, and I'm half expecting the crowd to boo this, to be honest. I have no objections to this whatsoever. No objections to John Cena bringing out Make-A-Wish kids whose one wish is to meet John Cena. I think that's absolutely stunning. The cynical part of me wants to say he's doing this to get a cheap pop, but I'm not going to go with that. If you said that, that's fair enough, but I'm fine with that. Next, Randy Orton defeating Cody Rhodes in a good match. 16 minutes this one goes. I thought it was pretty good. I love when a crowd can get into a match and believe that the underdog, and the underdog here is Cody Rhodes, is going to win the match. When he hit Crossroads, the pop it got and the subsequent near fall were fantastic. Also had no objections to the finish as Cody goes for the disaster kick and Randy Orton counters it into the RKO in midair. He talks to Matt Striker saying how he's more focused than ever and how he's going to go extreme, and then managed to hit the RKO on Cody as Cody went to attack him. Really had no objections to that one. No problem at all. So so far Raw's been alright, hasn't it? Then of course there has to be a shit bit. As Brie Bella defeated Naomi. When she defeated it, it's actually she swapped with Nikki. Match lasted a minute and a half, if that. So it's one of those. At least it was short. Get on with it. Out come the Shield. They talk about who they have built. Oh well, we'll roll with it. Who they have built and the injustices. That brings out 3MB, and you sat there thinking, I think I know what. Oh yeah, they're getting owned. And then Hell No come out. Shield go to leave, but then Hell No must be in a bad mood because they bat 3MB just because they can. Why not? Heart attack victim Jerry Lawler then orders a pizza because you just would, wouldn't you, from Domino's, and it's basically a big Domino's advert. They've got it on the screen. You do it online and it tracks your order. And I ain't ever buying Domino's pizza, ever. It's too expensive. It's way too expensive. When I can go to Tesco 5 minutes down the road, if I want a pizza and buy a fuck off big pizza for £1.50, right? Alright, yes, I have to cook it in the oven myself because that's really difficult, isn't it? About a mile down that road there's a Domino's pizza, and I've lived in this flat for 10 years and I've never been there. I've never in my life had a Domino's pizza because it is way too expensive. I'm not prepared to pay the money. I don't care. They could be the greatest pizzas on earth. Refuse to pay the money that they asked for. But Jerry Lawler had a heart attack 6 months ago, and he's ordering pizza. Ridiculous. Then we got another good match, believe it or not, as Dolph Ziggler defeated Kofi Kingston. Now I know that these two have fought quite a few times before, but it was a good match. Naturally, Kofi Kingston isn't allowed to win because he's the United States champion. That's a proper long thing, then. Love the DDT that Kofi hit as Kofi came off the ropes. Zigzag gets the win. Naturally, I would much rather, and this is me being honest, I would much rather see this match, on the Extreme Rules with 5 more minutes added, maybe even 10 minutes added. Over the 3-way any day. I would much rather see this. Incidentally, Kofi's got the pyro, so maybe he's actually going to get in a push. But come on, US champion curse. He just loses a lot. Nothing changed there. In the back, afterwards, Big E hit the big ending on Kofi. In the back, Team Ziggler run into Kate after the advert break, obviously, run into Caitlyn, AJ and Caitlyn Bitch. Some guy brings a present, and this is the Bobby Cash's influence, I'm sure of it, the positivity. I actually laughed at this segment, and the reason is some guy brings a present, and it's for Caitlyn, but AJ takes it off her and says, "Oh, Ziggy, you shouldn't." And Ziggler just calmly goes, "No, I didn't." It was just, that was funny. That was actually legitimately funny. They leave. Caitlyn's present is a spiked hat, and she's got a secret admirer, and that I don't give a shit about, genuinely. So we recap the Brock and Triple H build-up, even though neither man are on the show. Hell, Paul Heyman isn't on the show this week. Then Ryback barges into Vicky's office. He wants Cena taken out of the main event. Vicky agrees and makes it Ryback and Hell No versus The Shield. Ryback says no, he doesn't trust either man, and then he leaves, which is lovely. We go to Cole, and there's a sign behind him, which again makes me laugh because it says, my wife thinks I'm at Bible study. Like that. Good work, fella. We track Lawless Pizza, but guess what, right? It's been delivered. It's already been delivered. We go to the front row where there's people sat waiting for their cue to eat the pizza, which is ridiculous. And yeah, they eat the pizza. Lots of people have, they ordered one pizza. There's like 15 people eating pizzas. They can't be one. But let me tell you something, Willis. What does this say about Domino's, yeah? They order a Domino's pizza and they deliver it to the wrong people. That, to me, is not the advertising that I would want. If obviously having your name plastered all over Raw is a good idea, and I'm sure there's quite a few people who sat watching Raw in America last night going, do you know, I could really go for a Domino's right now. But for me, that's counterproductive advertising, because if they send it to the wrong place, that makes me think to myself, well, I could order a pizza, but they might deliver it to the flat below me. No? Jack Swagger then defeated Zack Ryder in a short match. Ryder on TV 2 weeks in a row. Believe it or not, I can't believe that. I really can't. Ryder gets on the mic and reminds Swagger about what had happened earlier on with Ricardo. And it's one of those that just means you're going to get owned, doesn't it? And oh look, you did. Swagger wins with a Patriot Lock. Mark Henry then defeating Tensai and Brodus Clay in Tugs of War, in one of those things like, yeah, I get it. He's strong. I get it. Then Sheamus comes out, and this is something I do not understand. He wants to go with the Tug of War. So they start doing the Tug of War, and when it starts looking like Mark Henry is going to win, yeah, Sheamus drops the rope, then hits a bro kick on Mark Henry. Now, I don't know if you guys agree with this one, but to me, that just makes Sheamus come across as a proper sore loser. Because it should be the other way round, shouldn't it? Surely Sheamus should start winning. I understand why they can't do this one with Mark Henry, because he's the world's strongest man and everything. But surely, it's almost Wrestling 101, this, isn't it? Sheamus starts to win, and Mark Henry, being the heel, lets go and smashes into Sheamus because he's a sore loser, because that's what heels are. As a babyface, this just doesn't work for me, and I genuinely still don't care about Sheamus versus Mark Henry. Absolutely uninterested in it. In the back, Kane and Daniel Bryan want the tag match. They want to take on the Shield. Brad Maddox sees Cena, who calls him Brandon Walker, which is funny. Cena insists on being in the main event. You've got your partner, it's me. He's got, he needs to point out, Cena's apparently got a Achilles heel injury. Now, I saw the most ridiculous things, over the weekend. People, I said this about this years ago when Cena had suffered a serious injury. Yeah, people happy that Cena suffered an injury. People putting, oh, this is alright, but I wish he died. Seriously, people wishing death on Cena. I have been defending Cena something fierce this last couple of days, really have, because people like this one guy on the No DQ forum saying that the John Cena experiment has failed because so many people boo him, and you're just like, you are a cretin, clearly. People just don't, maybe it's my advancing age, maybe it's because I'm part of the business now, maybe it's because I'm getting that little bit maturer, which sounds scary, but it's a business. Wrestling is a business. If John Cena makes you fuck tons of money, surely you put him at the top and push him to hell. Of course you do. And people can't seem to grasp that fact. And it's maddening. He is not a very good wrestler in my opinion. But so what? Neither was Hulk Hogan. And he made millions. And let's be frank here, Stone Cold Steve Austin had a great character and was a great character until Owen Hart dropped him on his head here at SummerSlam. After that, he had to completely alter his style and was never that great a wrestler compared to someone like Daniel Bryan. Let's compare to someone like Chris Benoit. He was never a technical wrestler like that, was he? But he was a megastar who drew the company billions, or not millions, but millions and millions and millions of dollars. At the end of the day, when I say, oh, John Cena sucks, Vince McMahon goes, and? Because little 8-year-old Jimmy, who you saw on the show earlier, whose eyes went to fucking plates when John Cena came out, that kid, right, buys John Cena merchandise. He wants to watch the pay-per-views. We don't watch the pay-per-views, we stream them. We don't buy them. Fucking course we don't. That kid will buy them because he doesn't know how to stream them, yeah? Not only that, and I've tried stressing this point so many times, and these people just don't get it. Oh, it says pro wrestling on the marquee. I fans. If you want pro wrestling that isn't John Cena, watch Ring of Honor. It's that simple. But let's think about it this way, yeah? Little Jimmy, who's 8 years old, who is, John Cena's biggest fan, wants to go and see Raw when it comes over to the UK, for example, right? He can't go on his own, so of course he's going to drag his mum there, or his dad, or the whole family's going to go. Now, what do you think Vince McMahon cares about? Me, who sits here going, fuck going to Raw, I ain't paying 60 quid for backseat tickets, I'd rather go to an indie show. Or little Jimmy, who's 8 years old, who wants to take his whole fans. People need to start realising that. That's why Cena's the man. That is why Cena is the best wrestler in the world at the moment. It's not, I don't care how good your technical ability is. I genuinely don't give a shit. John Cena's the best because he makes the most money. And in a business, which is what this is, that's how it works. Hey, how does that sound? Fucking yes. Alberto Del Rio then defeated Antonio Cesaro in what was a good match, but played out to really interesting crowd noise, because there were times when Ricardo was trying to get the crowd going and they were just having absolutely none of it. And there was times when the crowd was shouting "Ole, ole, ole, ole," and they were chanting at Cesaro, not Del Rio. But Ricardo was trying to get them to chant along with. So it's for Alberto Del Rio, which was just strange. Yes, Cesaro got an entrance, but it was on the WWE app, Don't get it. Just don't get it at all. Why would Cesaro win a match like this? I mean, why would he? I mean, Del Rio really needs the win, doesn't he? Cross-arm break, he gets the win. Del Rio gets on the mic, and despite the fact that his finishing move is a cross-arm breaker, which is a submission move, and Jack Swagger's finishing move is an ankle lock, which is a submission move. See, I think he's going to choose a submission match, surely. No, he's made it a ladder match. Why the fuck not? So we get a ladder match at Extreme Rules. Great Khali then defeated Fandango in a dance-off, which was one of those, oh, man, why? Why? Also, Fandango clearly danced better. But no. Great Khali wins. Fandango beats him up and hits a really nice, actually, top rope leg drop afterwards. And then in the main event, The Shield defeating Hell No and John Cena in a decent main event. Right, Dean Ambrose really is becoming my favourite WWE guy at the moment. He is fucking awesome. Everything he does is brilliant. I even like his voice, and his voice really wound me up when I first heard it. It was one of those, what is up with your voice? But no, everything about it. The match was good. You know me, I like seeing the main event be a match and not a segment, not a talk show bit. I like that. And bugger me, John Cena's the one who gets pinned. Couldn't believe it. Played in with the Achilles injury. He goes to the AA and he can't do it because of the leg. It's left wide open for a spear from Reigns, and that is what gets the win. Would you believe it? I couldn't believe it. Ryback appears on the stage, glares at Cena to close the show, and that was Raw. And once again, I enjoyed this show, guys. Maybe this positivity is wearing off. I don't know if I mentioned this yet. I'm doing DDP yoga at the moment. I've been doing it I've tried not to mention it on any vids so far, so I'll mention it here. I've done it for 4 weeks now, and it really is having a positive effect on the way I look at everything in life. I've stopped eating junk food. I've stopped drinking fizzy pop. I haven't had a joint for a week now. Since last Sunday was the last time I had a joint. And I don't know, I just feel so positive at the moment. Everything's fucking good. Now I'm watching Judgment Day 2003, which will be online on Thursday, for example. That's not helping with the positivity. That, I will tell you a little bit of a spoiler so you don't have to watch the video. That is one of the worst shows I've ever seen. I genuinely mean that. It's the first time in ages that I've gone into the dreaded -stars rating. Seriously. Yeah, I enjoyed this Raw. I could live without the women's match, obviously. I could live without the dance-off, but everything else, even the tug of war, I suppose, it made Mark Henry look strong. And Tensai is not exactly small, is he? But yeah, I enjoyed this. This was a good show, And so there are times when I sit and watch Raw going, oh, God. As you know, this one was good. I enjoyed this Raw a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button or the like button if you haven't already. Let us know in the comments. Me and Bobby, like I say, new series. We're going to start it it'll probably be online next Thursday. Okay? Yeah, I'm genuinely looking forward to seeing what you've got to say. Genuinely. So, yeah, I've been Mark P. I hope you enjoyed this. Look at me standing there. That's awesome. Look at this. This poster came with this, yeah? This poster fell on the floor last night, and it's been chewed by the babbits. Brilliant. I've been Mark P. Thank you so much for watching. Watch this in HD, of course, because all my vids are going to be in HD now. And yeah, I'll see you all very soon. Thursday for Judgment Day 2003. Take it easy, guys.